Module overview. Turning art into a sustainable business demands more than creativity. It demands structure, security, and strategic planning. Many talented artists fail not because of a lack of skill or vision, but because they neglect the legal, financial, and administrative backbone required to protect, manage, and grow their business. Module 8 confronts the technical but essential side of entrepreneurship for creatives. Artists will learn to operate with professionalism, manage their income wisely, handle taxes legally, protect their intellectual property, and set up systems that give their business longevity. 1. Business registration and legal structure. Artists often operate informally, leaving them vulnerable to legal risk, funding denial, or credibility issues. This section addresses why register your art business. Credibility, access to funding, partnerships, and intellectual property protection. Business types and structures. Sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, cooperative, non-profit, social enterprise. Step-by-step registration process with country-specific notes. Choosing a business name and domain name. When and how to trademark your art brand. Artists will draft their business structure plan and select the legal entity that fits their creative mission. 2. Intellectual property rights for artists. Your art is your intellectual property, and it's often your most valuable asset. This section will give artists tools to protect, license, and enforce their creative ownership. Topics: understanding copyright, trademarks, patents, and trade secrets. What is automatically protected and what needs formal registration. How to register a copyright, artworks, designs, books, photos, digital media. Contracts and licensing. How to license your art without losing ownership. Sample agreements. Artist-client contract. Gallery representation. Usage license. What to do when someone copies or steals your art. Cease and desist, legal recourse. Tool: IP tracker. Template keeps records of dates, drafts, and registrations of original works. 3. Financial management and budgeting for artists. A successful art business is a financially responsible one. In this section, you gain practical financial literacy, including separating personal and business finances, setting up a business bank account or payment wallet, understanding income types, commissions, sales, royalties, grants, licensing, budgeting for materials and supplies, exhibition and event fees, marketing and advertising, shipping and packaging, studio rent and utilities, cash flow forecasting and emergency funds, building an income portfolio with multiple streams, pricing strategy review from a financial angle, tools provided, monthly income and expense tracker, break even, calculator, cash flow planner. 4. Bookkeeping, invoicing, and financial systems. Beyond budgeting, artists need systems for tracking their income, issuing invoices, and preparing for tax season. This section walks learners through simple bookkeeping systems for creatives, using apps like Wave, QuickBooks, or Excel, how to write professional invoices and receipts, record keeping for tax audits and funding applications, automating recurring invoices and expenses, contracts versus verbal agreements, financial risks of informal deals, bonus templates, artist invoice sample project proposal, budget format expense reimbursement form. 5. Taxes, grants, and artist funding opportunities. Taxes don't have to be terrifying. This section gives a practical breakdown of what artists need to know to remain compliant and leverage funding opportunities. Topics: understanding self-employment taxes, deductible expenses for artists, materials, travel, home studio, etc., filing annual or quarterly tax returns, keeping receipts and proof of income, avoiding common tax mistakes, how to apply for artist grants, fellowships and art-specific loans, crowdfunding for art, platforms like Kickstarter, Patreon, GoFundMe, financial planning for retirement, health, and savings outcome. Artists will complete a legal and financial preparedness checklist to ensure their business is compliant and scalable. Learning outcomes of Module 8. By the end of this module, you will be able to register their art business and choose a legal structure suited to their needs, protect their art through intellectual property laws, build practical financial systems for budgeting, invoicing, and bookkeeping, manage multiple income streams with confidence and accuracy, prepare and file taxes accurately while reducing liability, create a funding strategy using grants, sponsorships, and crowdfunding, operate their creative enterprise with the confidence of a professional business owner